Hello and welcome back to my channel, guys. Today I'm going to do a story time. It is not fun, but it is something that I've made a decision, like when I spoke to you guys about the new age testimony, that I will just speak and I will overcome by the blood of the lamb and the word of my testimony. It will come as shocking to some, and to some it would be like, yeah, no, what did we expect from her, because she's that child. But yeah, today I'm going to speak about a time when I consulted a medium. So guys, how it started, I was still heavy on new age, and I would listen to the radio, number one. There would be readings done. There would also be readings, and there would be there would be readings via phone call. There would also be segments where on Fridays there would be someone that comes and does readings and all of those things. And it used to fascinate me how people would just be mind blown, and would get answers and stuff like that. And then the build up of it happened when there was a lady. I just don't want to mention names, but there was a lady that was on TV, and if you know, that was around that time on TV where she would do like readings for celebrities, and she was a white lady. She would do readings for celebrities and help them connect to their loved ones that have been, obviously, that have gone to the other side, you know what I mean? So what I did was that I think I put it on my status, I think on my WhatsApp, that you know what, I would love to actually gift myself something like this so that I can connect with my mom. I feel like there are some things that I just need perspective on. I'm so lost. I lost my mom when I was 15. There are things that I remember, there are things that I can't remember, and I was just in that space. And a friend of mine actually responded to my WhatsApp, and she told me, and she said to me that if you want to do it, I can accompany you, because it's something that I've always wanted to do. It's a friend of mine at that time. And yeah, man, we were just like, okay, cool. Thank you, friend. I really appreciate that. And we went to one that was one of the ladies that would actually, that was participating in the radio space, that medium that we went to, because we all obviously, she got the contact obviously from the radio, however, but she told me the name, and I was like, I know the name because I would listen to this and that, right? Fine. We drove to the place, Vele. We got there. A very wonderful lady, and one of those calm ladies and stuff like that, right? Then when we got there, she explained to us, Vele, on the table there were cards, on the table there were a lot of things, guys. There were a lot of ornaments. You would feel like you actually went into a ugyobula, if I don't know how to explain it, but African like traditional healers, sangomas, that's what we call them. There were a lot of things. That's how it is even in an African tradition, where there's a lot of things in general, ornaments and stuff like that. And she also had cards, reading cards, big ones, small ones. Hey, it was busy, guys, there. Hey, it was busy on the table. So fine. Then she started with, I think she started with my friend. No, she started with me. And one thing I've noticed about each and everything when it comes to the spirit world, however you tap into, whether it is the spirit of darkness or of light, there has to be permission that takes place. There has to be a siyavuma, or there has to be a I give you permission, for you to tap into this space, or I give you permission. Even in Christianity, guys, there is a covenant. There is a tato, I agree, or I do believe that Jesus died on the cross of Calvary. I do believe, I come into agreement, that Jesus, you are the Lord of my life, like that, So I realized that, okay, with everything in the spirit world, there has to be permission. That lets me know, guys, that there are things that we permit, and we permit them unaware. and there are things that we can actually even omit, or we can say no to, you know. So anyway, that's something that I actually picked up later. But anyway, those were the similarities that I was just like, yo, this lady's asking me to give permission so that, you know, and words were spoken, also words, permission, words, guys. Yo, guys, there's power in this thing. There's power in what comes out of your breath. That's why it's not advisable to shut up when you are going through things. Hey, guys, let me not preach. Anyway, then fine started, right? I was there for my mom, you know. I was there to want answers for this lady to connect me with my mom and to give me a message from my mom, my late mom. How? Fine. Then she starts, she's like, okay, you know what? I'm not getting access, you know, to your mother. She's not coming forward. Like any woman in my family, she says, no, they're not coming forward. And mind you, all the women that I wanted or desired to actually hear from are my aunts, all of my aunts from my mom's side and my dad's side that passed on. And those were people that were like staunch Christians, you know. They were followers of Christ. They were people that were serving in the church and all of that. So for me, it was like, yo, if I could tap into any one of them, you know, I could get a right message, because they were like this, you know, in life. And there were people that held things together. And for me, it was like, I'm gonna get some strength, you know, when I get out of here. There's something that I'm gonna get that I did not get, that will equip me, you know, and empower me and just help me be the person that I want to be. But I just need that, you know. She says they're not coming through. And she's like, okay, you know what? Let me just scribble, and does all these scribblings. And then she said to me, there's two people that are coming forward, right? The first person is this person. It smells like smoke, like this, like this, like that. And this person looks like they were like an electrician or something like that. And I was like, that's my uncle. That's one of my uncles, right? He passed on. He used to smoke and, you know, all of those things. And he was an electrician. And then another one comes through. How? This one is so loud. This one is this one looks like a mechanic and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, okay, this person, I know this person, you know. That's another one of my uncles, and they're actually siblings. And she says, yo, it's so loud and whatever. I'm like, yo, girl, is the truth. Because both of my uncles, like, it was like, okay, fine. They were very loud. My dad's side of the family, they are very loud. Like, you would think they are arguing inside a room. But now, okay, fine. Anyway, I'm like, okay, I'm not here for them, you know, because they don't have a message. You're just telling me that they're laughing, they're loud. This one is an electrician. This one, you smell smoke, and then what, you know? But anyway, I just wanted, you know, I didn't say that. I was just like, okay, no, I acknowledge, I see, you know what I mean? Sharp, how? What about matriarch? You know, she says to me, no, they are not coming through, you know. I'm trying, but I'm not getting access to them. Guys, if I didn't believe in the afterlife, let me tell you one thing. The fact that the people that gave themselves to Christ were not coming through, for me, it was confirmation that there is an afterlife. There are people that you can get access to because they did not give them their lives to Christ, or because they had certain beliefs that are not the same beliefs. That means maybe this one is in this other world and this one is in another world. I don't know. But for my evidence in how the ones that were able to appear, how they led their life, and the things that they believed in was different to all of those ones that I wanted to actually connect with. Do you get me? So for me, I was like, these people are not coming through. Could it be that she is asking in a realm that she does not have permission in? Could it be that she's trying to tap into a realm that she does not have permission on, and she can't tell me that, you know what, I'm using sorcery here. In this other realm, I can use your emotions. I can tap into this that is evident for me, meaning I can't tap into what Christ, I cannot tap into that aspect of things, that kingdom, but I can tap into another kingdom because there's something that's freely available for me. However, I'm very limited. So when she said they're not coming forward, for me, I was like, okay, cool, And she went on, obviously, with my friend. I can't tell her business. But, that actually, I think I'm just here to warn people. I'm here to just say that, you know what, guys, save yourselves, because what I know, we do know that the scripture does tell us that we should not consult mediums, we should not consult fortune tellers, we should not worship idols, we should not do all of those things. But there's something, when you look at mainstream media, or when you're just desperate and all of those things, that makes you feel like you are justified, or that you now want to try and Google, is it okay for a Christian to consult them, knowing very well that you're not supposed to do that. So guys, I'm just here to let you guys know that, you know what, you don't even have to go through that, because there is a God, obviously, that cares. And what I've noticed is that the reason why we want to go to these people, the reason why we want fortune tellers, we want some sort of reading of our direction of our life, or some sort of connection, so that we can hear something that tells us of our future, because in the end, it is all with regards to our future. You don't want to hear from your mom, all of those things that we want to hear ultimately boil down to us wanting to know what's next, and that lets me know that yes, they can speed up the process for you. The first question, if maybe you want to find out if those things are true, if mediums and all of those people can tap into the spirit realm, yes, they can. However, they are not using the Holy Spirit. They're using another spirit, guys, and that spirit can open up so many things. When you give permission, guys, remember that you are not giving permission for that moment. You are giving permission for those thoughts. You are giving permission for your dreams. You are giving permission for your entire soul to be captured by them. Guys, the minute you say yes, you might find yourself wanting to dig deeper, and there's something that's just pulling you to go there. You might find yourself actually even having dreams and certain desires that you never had, and there's something that is just drawing you to those things. And the day that it leaves you, you will become so empty, so drained. You will not get the answer that you were looking for. You will actually become worse, because even when the light comes, you will have to do some work, guys. I know we always say, when you come to Christ, you're a new creature. However, there are things that still are inside that need deliverance. There are patterns. There are, when the word says renew your mind, it do not conform, but transform. So those things are an indication that there will be a time where you have to now look inside of you and ask yourself, am I conforming? Am I still doing those things that led me to certain cycles because of the patterns that I've accepted and I've given permission to, So, guys, it's a lot. And I saw that, it has to do with ego. It has to do with not trusting God. For us to go through those lenses, guys, to want to find out what's going on in our future, lets me know that, we don't really trust God. Yes, we will say, Lord, the plans you have for me to prosper, to give me an expected end. If you really believed that, you were never going to go into all of those people to want to find out and get answers, So I'm just here to say that, guys, that don't do it. Do not do it, because you are going to be inviting and permitting spirits that you have no business permitting, guys. You are going to give a mere human like you and me permission to control your life in the spirit realm. I'm just here to warn you guys about that. I've had an experience with the medium. Yes, I was looking for answers. Did I leave there with answers? No. Did I leave there with a package of more trouble? Yes. Because now I gave permission to certain things, and I would have dreams that I did not understand. I would have desires that I did not understand. Guys, I will even speak about spiritual spouses one day, that will get you to be so immoral in life and you don't even understand why. Guys, oh, you know what, I can go on and on, but that is my warning, guys, that you know what, rather not, rather miss out, rather be that person that misses out, no matter how good or how fancy it looks and our celebrities make it look. Guys, it is not worth it. It is a cycle that you don't want to be a part of, a web that you do not want to be a part of. And you know what I've realized as well? I've realized that our lack of trust makes us obviously want to speed up the process. And speeding up the process will get us to go to these people that will give us like a life hack of some sort, that, you know what, if you want to do this so that you can get it quicker. And remember that those people don't even care how it's going to affect you. You know, the very same way you would go to someone to want, maybe for example, 1,000,000, and they tell you, you need to kill this, you need to do this, you need to sacrifice this, you'll get your 1,000,000. They don't care whether you are equipped. They don't care whether you are disciplined. They don't care whether you know you need to break certain financial stereotypes and poverty mindsets. They don't care, you know. They just want to get you what you want. And that is what is troublesome, guys, because that's what gets us to having this one moment, next thing, boom, you know, because you wanted it, but you didn't have the discipline that comes with it. You wanted it, but you didn't have the obedience. You know, you didn't have the sacrifice and all of those things that come with process. Meaning we want to dodge the process. And when it comes to the things of God, you have to go through the process, because the things that you are going to get from God are things that are going to last you for a lifetime. So God needs to make you understand that you need to be well equipped to be able to cater for these people. You need to be well equipped to be able to cater for this environment, or these stages, or this type of money, or this type of relationship. You know, all of those things, God cares. That's why there are things that He withholds from you. And for us to actually rush, sometimes you'd have a dream of where you can be, you know, then you rush to those people that could actually give it to you fast, not realizing that you're actually going to lose it as fast as you got it, because you don't have the disciplines that come with building. You know, you just want to skip all the way to the top, but you don't want to climb those steps and actually experience the process and the things that you have to learn, you know. So I think that's also another factor, that it's like, I want to get to where this person has got, and I don't care, and I'm going to do what it takes, you know. But with God, there is process. That's why there are times where He will say no to certain things, and you'd be like, what? You showed me this, you know. How are you saying no to something that looks like it's taking me there? But God is a God of process. Guys, there is no accidents in the slow lane. There's a lady that used to say that, and I actually understand what she used to say, because you just take your time. You are more observant. You can see other people's mistakes when they just fly, only for them to crash, and you just pass them by with your slow car. After them hooting and doing all these funny things, you find them there, but they are more endangered. They are more, there's more repercussions, unlike you, who has started, failed a little, came back and learned your lessons and just continue to go up, you know. So yeah, guys, I can say so much about this, and I can say so much about what I've realized afterwards, that, you know what, we are just impatient people, and we get ourselves into so much, guys. The very same way you would be desperate for a relationship, the very same way you would be desperate for this opportunity, and you find yourself saying yes to things that you had no business saying yes to, and you are stuck. And the only way is to admit that, you know what, it is desperation, it is ego that has got me into this place, you know. So guys, please, guys, I don't think there are things that you can experience in life and say, you know what, I want to be a part of this experience, like a marriage or something like that. But this is not one of them, guys, where you just like, I need to experience it so that I can come back. Some people, they don't come back. Some people deal with demons that some people can't even deal with demons. They have to suppress, but their voices get louder and louder, and they end up ending their lives. And you wonder, because some things are not mental illnesses, there are things that we just fetch because of desperation, because of wanting to be seen, to be known, and all of those things. So guys, this is a warning, man. This is a warning. It's a story time, a very funny one. Not funny, but for me it was funny, and it was like, because these are things that I'm finding out later in life, where I'm just like, there'll be times when I'll be praying and God reminds me of this moment that this happened and he unveils certain things. Or there are times where I'm just sitting and I'm just like, what was I thinking, And it's only coming to me, and it's just so laughable. It's so laughable, guys. There is a spirit, there is a kingdom of darkness, there is a kingdom of light. It's so much that takes place, but it does here. It plays with this, and it taps into your emotions as well. And that is what gives people access, because of the desperation, the anxiety. They can feel it, they can tell it. There's, as much as God has his angels, Satan also left with legions, guys. So Satan also left with angels. So there are angels also working with Satan alongside him. Yeah, believe it or not. So in closing, guys, I just want to say, be careful of the things that you tap into, in the name of manifestation, instant manifestation. Be careful of the chance, the things that you guys tap into in the excuse of instant manifestation. Guys, God will do it at the right time. Let go and let God. Don't allow ego. Don't allow any of those things, desperation and wanting speed in certain situations. Just let go and let God. He knows the plans that he has for you. Just sit with that verse. Sit with it, analyze it, and what does it mean for you? Because that's how I sat with it, and I was like, why am I so desperate to know what's gonna happen and whatever? And guys, let me share something. The funny thing is, this year, the one thing that I actually went to that medium for is something that is happening to me this year. I don't know how many women, how many different people from all ages came to me. People that knew my mom personally, whether it is family, whether it is friends, church members, that will come to me and be like, yo, your mom, your mom was such a wonderful woman. Your mom did this, your mom did that. And with them speaking about those things, for some reason, there are certain memories that are coming back when it comes to how she did things and how stylish she was. I knew that, yes, that is something I knew. And how giving she was, how selfless she was, how much of a creative she was. Guys, I now remember how she used to sew things. I even remembered I bought my baby girl a doll, I think 2 months ago, and she's 2 or 3 months ago, she started doing, like designs and everything like that. I'm like, oh baby, you are so creative. And I just instantly remembered me, actually, my mom buying me a Barbie and getting me like little rags so that I can cut those Barbies, guys. Oh, getting emotional. But remembering how she used to sew and sell clothing items, like she used to sew, like knit, she used to knit actually jerseys and jersey dresses and stuff like that, and she used to sell them and embellish and bedazzle them and all of those things. And it came to me, I'm like, oh my gosh, like this creativity thing for me is not just one of those things that I'm just trying, because there are things that I'm just like, maybe I'm just people pleasing, because I was also in that path where I want to understand, why am I supposed to be a giver? Because sometimes you just like, am I giving because I want to please people? Am I just over the place because I have a takeover spirit? Like, if you want me involved in something, I will make sure that thing gets seen through, meaning I will spearhead it and go ahead of you so that you don't worry about it. So for me, the thing was like, am I people pleasing? Am I this? Am I that? only to realize that, you know what, God has given me a gift to be available for people. God has given me a gift to share kindness, to spread it, to encourage, to be a giver, and that makes me realize why it doesn't hurt me to help out people. But for some reason, I thought when I came into, self-love and cutting peace, I was like, I'm doing my boundaries, I'm not helping people anymore, and all of those things, only to realize that it's because I was helping the wrong people. I was helping someone who was asking money for alcohol, for example, and then I would see their statuses and asking money, and then all of a sudden I see their statuses and they're just boiling and whatever, and my heart to be like, only for me to be like, you know what, God has given me this gift to actually locate and have discernment over the people that I need to help out. And it is such a pleasure. It is such a pleasure. So those are the things that now people are coming to me with so much information, and I'm just becoming so at peace. And I'm like, that means it's just in my DNA. There are things where I'm just like, is it just me? Is it something I picked up? Is it this? Is it this? But when I look at, and I'm like, oh, okay. So it's just in my DNA. So let me be free and be okay with the fact that I'm creative. Let me be okay with the fact that I am this and that and that. Oh, when did I lose this and that and that? Because I remember doing this and that. So it's just gotten me to a place where I'm just coming back to me, like before my innocence was lost. I'm remembering so many things that I did with my mom before she passed on, because for me, I'm understanding now that there are certain things that happened after her passing that just took over my life. So I'm not even being intentional of digging up, going to people to want to find out. It is just all coming to me. It is all coming to me, and it is because it's the right time. Imagine if I had that information during my new age days, I'd still be lost, because I'd be giving that love, that this, that to the wrong people and to the wrong kingdom. Now I can use that in church. Now I can use that in the environments that are so healthy right now, that are enabling me to grow, that validate me, that affirm me, that I will not feel shortchanged, guys. So it's just so beautiful. Like, even on the weekend when I was at a wedding, there's someone that came to me that was like, yo, your mom used to love, your mom this, that, and that. And now I understand even the genre of music that I love. Why do I love American gospel more than actually the, local gospel? Why do I like to praise dance? Where did I get that from? Why do I catch it so fast? Why am I able to, only like this weekend, there's a lady that was like, oh, your mom would just be there and she would just, do her American dance. She said that, yo, plus mama and I'm like, makes sense. Now it makes sense. Now I'm not gonna be, apologetic, or I'm gonna try and fit in where I know that I just don't gravitate to, because sometimes people make you feel bad, when you say, no, I like Tremaine Hawkins, I like Ron Kenoli, not so much Rebecca Olundi, but it's how I grew up, and I'm okay now with that. And it's just so freeing, guys. There's so many things that I can tell you that I'm just so amazed. And I'm like, this is me. I've been trying to run away from this, and this is just me. This is just me. I'm getting answers without consulting anything, but just staying in God. Staying in God, because He knows my heart's desires. He knows the right time. And I just believe there's so much more to come that I did not understand with my life, that is just going to blow me away. And I will continue to testify, guys. I will continue to testify of the goodness of God. So I'm going to leave you with this verse, guys. Romans 8 verse 28, that all things work together for good. So with all that happened, it is okay, because all things work together for good, But you can avoid all of those reroutes and just focus on God. Focus on His plan. Let go, let God. Be still, guys. And don't let ego, don't let the feeling of being left out rush you into things only for you to just come back down. Sometimes you'll actually pick up spirits that are heavier than what I've come out of. You know, sometimes you might pick up what I've picked up, but you might not come out in terms of deliverance, you know. So guys, God favors his people, but he also wants us to actually abide in him, you know, so that we don't have to do so much work, so that we don't undo and what all the time, but we just thrive, you know, just not survive all the time and just bounce back. You know, that comeback child that you're always just bouncing back when there's no, you know. So guys, let us be, you know. So yeah, stay encouraged, guys, and that is my story time slash encouragement slash advice, you know. So thank you, guys, until next time.